Hello, my name is Mo and I'm practicing Tae Kwon Do. I've been practicing Tae Kwon Do for 15 years plus with Grandmaster Kuy Ha Cho in Houston, Texas, who has been teaching for over 32 years. I'm instructor level and assist with classes at Cho's Tae Kwon Do, Cho's Karate in Houston, Texas. I'm putting these videos online to assist students in what they've learned in class. There are there are many martial arts and many styles of martial arts within each of those styles. What I'm teaching you or what I'm sharing with you is what I've learned from Grandmaster Kuy Ha Cho in Houston, Texas. Anytime you start an exercise program, check with your doctor to make sure you're in good enough health to do so. And if you are exercising outside, make sure you drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. I'm going to share with you in this segment Chon-Ji pattern, white belt pattern, 19 movements, some proper form, details, and most common mistakes. And if you look at Chon-Ji from above, looking down, it's in the pattern of like an X or a cross. So basic white belt movements of Chon-Ji. Shi, Jacques, begin. Oh, excuse me, Chumbi. Okay. Begin, step your foot out into a good front stance. Arm comes up. This is the chamber position. Down block. Anytime you do a down block, a strike, almost always the hand comes into the side with the knuckles, the palm up into the side. Actually, from white belt on, if you practice that, you're practicing good form for an elbow attack. Okay, I'm going to start over again. Chariat, Chumbi. Okay, so that's get ready position. Begin. Step into the front stance, down block. Step forward, maintaining a good front stance. Lunge punch. Shift the weight to the back leg, turning all the way around so that your foot placement is in a good front stance position again. Chamber, down block. Raise your hand a little bit, step forward. This is the chamber for a lunge punch. Okay, now shifting the weight to the back leg, so you have good balance for changing into a good front stance again. Chamber high, down block, stepping forward, hand comes up a little bit, that's the chamber. Lunge punch. Shifting the weight to the back leg, turning all the way around so you're in a good front stance again. Arm comes up, down block, step forward, lunge punch. Now bring the front foot back to line up the heels so you can get in a good back stance. You're moving this direction, but your hips and shoulders are facing this way. Chamber high, in a forearm block. Back stance in a forearm block. Step into a good front stance. Lunge punch. Shift the weight to the back leg again. Back stance in a forearm block. Front stance, punch. Shift again. Back stance in a forearm block. Front stance, punch. Back stance, chamber high, in a forearm block, front stance, punch, stepping forward, front stance, punch, stepping backward, punch, last time stepping backward, maintaining a good front stance, a good finish. Kia! And Paro, back leg comes to the front, one movement. Cho, Tae Kwon. Okay, Chumbi. Most common mistake in this front stance is, first of all, not stepping out. That'd be the first mistake. So you just turn like this and do this. So you're going to have a very narrow front stance. You want to make sure that you actually lift that left leg and step into a good front stance. Okay, I'm going to do it sideways so you can see what I'm saying. I'm here in the Chumbi position. The most common mistake is people just turn like this. And you can see there's no space between my legs, okay? Let me try it again. So instead of that, you make sure you step out and block, okay? So that's a common mistake. And then as people move forward, you know, front stance to front stance, they start bringing their foot in, and then again you have a narrow stance and you can't keep your hip square to the front. So if you're here and you're stepping forward to do a lunge punch, you want to make sure you keep your legs wide, okay? And also another common mistake is, I'm going to do this angle here, let's see. No, excuse me. I'll do this angle right here, okay? So from a front stance, shifting into a back stance, okay? The back stance, the most common mistake is people turn their body like this for the back stance. You don't want to see your chest in a back stance. You want to see a side view. It's a very skinny view. It's an awkward position, but if you practice it, it's the most extreme position. If you do this, anything in between the front stance and the back stance will be easy for you to do. So you're training your muscles to the fullest capacity, okay? And then as you step into the front stance, here you go again. So if you consciously think front stance, back stance, and here's a back stance again, okay? Okay, so if you consciously think, you know, practice and think, you know, front stance, square to the front, front leg bent, back leg straight, a little more weight on the front than the back, okay, and whatever movements you're doing in this position. In back stance, you want to make sure, let me do it sideways, it's really a better way for you to see. Back stance, you know, you want to make sure that now your hips and your shoulders are square this way, this back leg is pointing that way, your front leg is pointing the way you're going, you're looking the way you're going. The majority of the weight is on your back leg, not on this leg. Okay? The majority of the weight is on this leg right here. The most common mistake here is people do this. It's more like some sort of a front-back stance, so the weight's more to the front, but you really need your weight to be on the back. It's uncomfortable, but you get used to it after a while. And another common mistake is, of course, the chest gets turned, the upper body gets turned in the direction that the person's going when they're really supposed to be showing a side view in the direction they're going. Okay? I think that's it. Let me do it one time from behind. Okay, so we're here. Okay. Chariot. Chun-Bi. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Too far forward. There we go. Okay. Chun-Bi. All right. 1, front stance down block. 2, front stance punch. 3, front stance down block. 4, front stance punch. 5, front stance down block. 6, front stance punch. 7, front stance down block. 8, front stance punch. 9, back stance, inner forearm block. 10, front stance punch. 11, back stance, inner forearm block. 12, front stance punch. 13, back stance, inner forearm block. 14, front stance punch. That wasn't a very good front stance. 15, back stance, inner forearm block. 16, front stance punch. 17, front stance punch. 18, back stance, front stance punch. And last move, 19, front stance punch Kia. Kia! And paro, back leg comes forward to attention position. Okay, that's it. I know that's kind of long, but white belt is really important. If you learn your front stance, back stance, you practice it correctly. My suggestion is when you're practicing patterns, you practice one slow, practice one very slow, consciously, do every movement, do the chambering, do the correct stances, and then practice it a second time with a little faster, a little, more relaxed. But that way, if you practice your stances correctly from white belt, You know, each pattern you learn, you're going to be learning it correct if you have your stances correct to begin with. So a white belt is a very, very important level to be at. That's why I chose Tae Kwon Do. You're usually at a white belt for, you know, 4 months, maybe more. So you want to learn those stances. Please check the review of basic stances too that I have on YouTube. That's also helpful for making sure you're doing the stances correctly. And my name is Mo. I'm practicing Tae Kwon Do. If you want to learn more about me or access the things that I offer for free, please check out my website, expandingheart.com. I have free cards, booklets, music, and more. That's all for now. Peace, love, and happy practicing.